Hey guys, Bob Brown here, bobbrownonline.com. Hope you're having a great day today. Just another episode of Motivational Mondays. Looking forward to this particular video clip. I don't know about you guys, but I've been spending a lot of late nights watching the Olympics and just been really inspired by just the excellence of the athletes and the time and preparation that's gone into getting them to where they are. And so it's just amazing when you see people of that caliber excelling in what they do best. And so that's really exciting. So you've probably been following along with one of the stories, and that's the Michael Phelps story, just to seeing what he has accomplished, really the comeback kid, and seeing what's going on in his life. And so today I put together a clip for you. Now it's a little bit longer than normal, but I think it's well worth it. There are so many good things that he talks about within that video clip, and so I hope it really encourages you, and I hope you get a lot out of it. So have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Enjoy the clip. Bye now.
That's a train wreck. Now it's just like a time bomb waiting to go off. I had no self-esteem, no self-worth. Yeah, there were times where I didn't want to be here. It was just not good. I was just so lost. Where do I go from here? What do I do now?
I didn't know where he was headed. And it was kind of scary, and you want to save that person because you love them, but in the same token, you can't help somebody if they don't want help.
Throughout his swimming career, Michael Phelps personified perfection. 18 gold medals, unparalleled success. But bubbling beneath the surface was a complicated relationship with his father, Fred, who divorced Michael's mother when the young swimmer was 9.
I felt like he was kind of abandoning me. And I was just like, I'm not even giving any energy. I'm not putting any energy into something that I thought was a dead-end street.
My dad and Michael are very similar. They're strong-willed, they're opinionated, they speak their mind. And so when there are two strong-willed, opinionated people that speak their mind, it tends to create a clash.
As Michael and his father, a 28-year Maryland State trooper, drifted apart, Bob Bowman, Phelps' coach since he was 11,
you push 201,
became more of a father figure, tasked with navigating Phelps' complex personality.
he would be having a stretch of practices where maybe things weren't going very well, or maybe he was very tired, and he might have an emotional kind of reaction. And if I tried to really talk him through the whole thing, it might get back to something that maybe had to do with his dad.
8 gold medals in Beijing in 2008 didn't ease Phelps' frustration. Phelps says he despised the image of perfection his success had created. He wanted out. 6 months after Beijing, this photo emerged.
It was not a beautiful Michael Phelps world. After the Bong photo, Michael didn't trust anybody except for me and maybe his mom and a couple other people. He was wary of everything.
In London in 2012, Phelps retired as the most decorated Olympian of all time.
Done, bye, see ya, finished. Nothing, I wanted nothing to do with the sport. I was done.
Retirement brought with it freedom he had never known.
I gained 30 pounds. Probably had some fun, too much fun. Whatever I wanted to do, I did. I was a little twerp.
By that point, Michael had enough money, enough friends who were outside of swimming, that he could basically totally isolate himself from us and not deal with us. I thought it was going in a direction where something really bad was going to happen.
Eventually, retirement led to boredom, and Phelps asked Bowman about a comeback for one last Olympics in Rio.
I said, no, cannot do that. We can't go through this again. No, I'll do it the right way, okay.
But early in the morning of September 30th, 2014, Phelps failed to live up to his promise.
I knew that he was out at the casino. He said, hey, I'm done. I'm going home now. I said, okay, are you sure you're okay to drive? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I said, okay. And I said, call me when you get home.
Phelps had been drinking at the Horseshoe Casino in Baltimore. When police pulled him over for going 81 in a 55 in the no passing allowed Fort McHenry Tunnel, he had one thought.
I'm That's it. I was setting myself up for some kind of failure, and I was screaming for help.
Be advised, last name Phelps, first name Michael.
A breathalyzer test revealed a blood alcohol level of 0.14, nearly twice the legal limit. Phelps was arrested and charged with DUI, his second in 10 years.
He's lucky no one got hurt, but in the same token, that's heavy. It's not like it's your parents that are disappointed in you. It's the weight of the world.
I honestly felt like that was his third strike and that was it. That his ability to kind of be Michael Phelps, was kind of over.
For the next 5 days, Phelps says he stayed in his Baltimore home, curled up in his bedroom.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be the end of my life, literally. Just because it was like, second one, how many times is he going to mess up? I was like, yeah, it'll probably just be better without me. People won't have to deal with the BS that I give them or the crap I put them through. I didn't really leave my room, didn't eat, didn't really sleep. I just figured that it was the best thing to do was just to end my life.
Advice from longtime friend, mentor, and fellow Baltimore icon Ray Lewis lifted Phelps.
I'm like, baby boy, listen to me. This is when we fight. This is when real character shows up. Don't shut down, because if you shut down, we all lose. And so to hear a younger brother say some of the things he was saying, right, about, bro, I effed up, man. I just effed up. And I'm like, really? Really? Okay, let me give you an example what you say messing up is. And so for me, I had to go back into some of my dark days and things that wasn't pretty on my side. And so what we started to reinstall in him was, let me show you who you are. I want to expose to you really who you are.
Lewis and others close to Phelps eventually convinced him to seek help at the Meadows, a behavioral rehabilitation facility just outside Phoenix.
Got into a car, shaking in the car, shaking when I got there, scared shitless. When I started texting my mom saying I was afraid for the first time in my life, I was out of my comfort zone. I didn't like that. I think when you find your lowest point in your life, I think you're kind of open to a lot of things to try to change it and to try to get back on the right path. I was just surrendering.
For 45 days at the Meadows, Phelps worked on his inner demons for the first time. Between therapy sessions, Phelps often swam in a pool, far too confining for an 18-time Olympic champion.
I would take 2 strokes and get to the other side. So I was like, well, don't really know what I'm going to do in here. I just started doing drills, flip turns, working on kick. I got yelled at for wearing a brief. Couldn't wear a brief, so I had to find something else to wear.
Phelps also buried himself in a book Ray Lewis had given him, The Purpose-Driven Life.
It's turned me into believing that there is a power greater than myself, and there is a purpose for me on this planet.
Second, third day he got in, and he called me. He was like, man, this book is crazy. He was like, the things that's going on, oh my gosh, my brain is, bro, I cannot thank you freaking enough, man. Like, you saved my life. And so that was the moment when I started to hear he coming out of it. He will make it. And then he started calling me with things he was reading from the book, and I was like, it's sinking in.
For a long time, I thought I was the bring the family back together baby. My therapist said, well, you failed. How does that feel? And then I read this, and I was like, you know what? I think it helped me when I was in a place where I needed the most help.
The lessons learned in those pages and in therapy convinced Phelps to try to rebuild his relationship with his father, Fred.
They were going to have a family week, and I was invited to come spend the time with him, which I immediately jumped on. RSVP'd, I'll be there.
Why?
He's my son. I love him.
I was shocked. I wasn't even going to invite him to family week. I just didn't think he would come. And I guess it was to the point where I was just like, why do I just want another no in my life?
I was apprehensive is not the word. Maybe scared. Not at what I would find, but how I would be received, which actually it was fear that was unfounded. Because we saw each other, we shook hands, threw our arms around each other, gave a big hug.
It was good, challenging at times, but probably the biggest learning experience that we could have with one another, about one another, that we've ever had in our lives.
It was eye-to-eye contact. Okay, here's what I got to say, and here's what I need to ask. And it was honesty. Both ways.
I didn't want to have that what if. That's something that's so big for me. You know, I never wanted to go through my life and, God forbid, not have the chance to be able to share emotions that I wanted to share with him. It's kind of what I missed as a kid.
What was the hardest part of the time you were there?
Leaving.
Why?
Because I had my son back. Just didn't want to leave him. I had something back that I didn't know I would get back. When I did, there was love. Doesn't get better than that.
In November of 2014, Phelps left the Meadows and resumed training for Rio. 3 months later, he asked Nicole to become his wife. The couple would soon start a family. On May 5th, 2016, Phelps cradled his son, Boomer Robert, for the first time.
Just emotions just ran through my body when I was holding him, and right when he was born, I was in tears.
To know where we've been and what we've gone through and where we are today, and then to be able to see him and I guess our creation in his arms is one of the most amazing feelings I've ever felt.
There's a beautiful thing seeing that there's a beautiful little boy that my son was the father of. I hope he can learn from the mistakes that I've made. I think we both now kind of are aware after the rehab, some of the things that I could have done, some of the things that he could have done, remembering them and having them be as an education instead of a scar or a bad memory.
It's the best, just being able to have the people who love me for me always there every day and supporting me. It's just incredible. It hasn't been the easiest road, and we've had some bumps in it, but I had a goal of making my 5th Olympic team, and
Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found value in it. I hope it's helped you out. Listen, if it has and you'd like to see more videos like this, then do me a favor, go up to the 10 corner up here, click on that subscribe button. You'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's going to give you a notification to let you know when I'm putting out more videos. And so I'm trying to put these out on a regular basis to get good content into your hands. And so also, if you would like to get some free training on how to generate leads and sales for your network marketing business, your home-based business, then you'll see the link for my blog just below this video. Go on over there, bobbrownonline.com. Love to see you there and pick up your free training. Okay, you guys have a great day. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye now.